Hey guys, welcome back to the Moon Project. It's episode 48. Today we're going to talk about a flaw in our modern day lifestyle, especially for females, is the heel. So this is about a 4-inch heel. We're going to talk about what happens to the ankle when you're wearing heels and how that affects your whole posture. So if I back up against the wall, you can see that I'm touching the wall with my heels, touching with my hips, my upper back, and my head. But when I come up to that 4-inch heel lift, my hips want to be pushed forward. So I was here 90 degrees perpendicular with the floor. And as I come up, I have a little bit of a weight shift. So now I have to counterbalance. My weight's all on the balls of my feet, so I want to lean back to find my center of balance. So in order for women to get in this posture and actually be able to sustain the posture, they'll tilt their hips back. So now they've got this swayed lower back. They have a hyperextension of the thoracic spine, and what happens is that puts a lot of tension on your lower back, and people get things like back pain. So what we're going to do today is focus on mobilizing the ankle. So you kind of have two choices when it comes to heels. You can completely avoid them, or if you're just like, nope, I can't do it, then contradict that constant plantar flexion with doing some movements in the opposite way. So we're going to show you how to mobilize and how to fight that constant problem. Alright, so what's going on here is I'm wearing the mobility bands. This one is used for compression, so I'm using the little bit thinner band to just do full-on compression on my whole calf. And then with the red band, I'm using a little bit thicker band to do some tacking. And what I'm going to do is focus first on my tacked down tissue. And I'm going to do a contract-relax method, so I'm pulling in. What I'm going to do is use my strength and try to plantar flex my foot as much as I can, so I'm pushing against the band, and then I'm going to relax and allow the tissue to stretch. So I'm going to pull my toe in as close to my shin as I can. Alright, push against it, find the strength to control the range of motion, and then relax and gain new range of motion. Alright, so we're tacking down this tissue and we're finding a little bit more range of motion above and below. With the compressed band, this is going to restrict all the blood flow to the whole calf, and so when I'm working on mobility here, I can get in different positions. So right now I'm trying to push my weight back, get my foot into or ankle in as much plantar flexion as possible, and then I'll flip my toes around, try to drive my heels close to the ground and see how much dorsiflexion I can possibly get in. So how far can I kind of shift my weight over my toe and press my heel back? And then just alternate. How much can I kind of push down into my feet to really get this angle, work on those restrictions, and then the opposite, trying to press the heel down and push my knee forward to work on the restriction in the opposite way, which is the way that we tend to lose a lot of mobility when wearing these things. So these are two different methods. You could do one and the other at the same time, or you could just focus on one if you specifically have a lot of tightness in one particular area. Do this one, otherwise do the compression. You could spend anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes, or as long as you can handle it. And then as soon as you release the band, you're going to see the blood flush to that tissue. So when I get done, it's a perfect opportunity for me to kind of go through those same drills and see if I can get a little bit more range of motion as I go through. So you can see the blood is all rushed back. Alright, those nutrients and the oxygen is back into that particular area. And I can go right back into the drills. I do the same thing on this side. You'll see that the blood is flushed to the whole calf. Yeah. Now it feels a lot better as I go through these same positions. I know I haven't convinced you not to wear heels every day, so I'm prescribing these exercises for you to contradict what you're doing to yourself on a daily basis. By wearing heels and putting all the weight on the ball of your foot, you're putting actually about 3 times more weight than the ball of your foot is supposed to handle. So naturally the body tries to realign itself and find its center of gravity, and that's where you get the swayed back and the hyperextension of the thoracic spine and those super anterior tilt. And eventually those tissues are going to shorten and weaken in those exact positions. So your body always wants to adapt to make it easier on you to do what you do on a daily basis. So if you're wearing heels, your body is going to mold itself in that position. So what you want to do is try to take those heels off as often as possible. And if you really can't, contradict those movements. Get yourself in as much dorsiflexion as you possibly can. Sit in a low squat, do some mobility, do some foam rolling, and bring some blood back to those deprived tissues. All right, good luck, guys.